Good afternoon. It's Monday afternoon. It's about 1:15 in the afternoon, and I genuinely don't like Mondays. I never have for several months, and for some reason, it's always like start the week. Are things in order? Are they not? And it sort of always takes me a little time to get going, which is somewhat irritating. But anyway, there we go. Bleat over. A little bit of feedback on what's been going on the last few days. The thing that's in my head at the moment now is I'm something like, where are we, 21 days? No, we're 23 days from this site going live. So I had a meeting this morning with two people together. I brought the brand guys in Creative Armory together with the web guy, who is a guy called Jason, who's my WordPress developer, really good bloke. Nice chap. And that was useful in itself to get those guys thinking and understanding what they needed from each other, which was good. And as a result of that, got into a conversation with Jason about look over functionality. And to be absolutely frank, functionality is definitely going to come first, because if we don't have functionality, it ain't going to work. And there's two areas to that we really need to nail down. One is logistics of once people press a button and say they want to buy our stuff, what happens then in terms of the delivery and logistical chain of getting that from a organised order on the internet to a live delivered piece of kit arriving at somebody's doorstep or at a business's warehouse. And that's not without its complications, where you're dealing with multiple suppliers in different locations, and how you centrally draw that together and work out the different charges. One of them is relatively easy. I'm only working with 3 at the moment, so one of them is relatively easy. The other 2 we'll need a good talking to find out exactly how we're going to do that. But like most of these things, I'm sure it's not going to be beyond the wit of man. Otherwise, nobody would be doing it, and we'd all give up it. And if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, wouldn't they? So, outlook for this week. I'm going to be focusing on that. I'm going to be focusing on my search algorithms, i.e. when people come to the floorbox.com and they sort of not quite sure what they want, I want to give them a helping guide which will drive them through the process of making a good decision about which bit of flooring is potentially going to be most useful to them as individuals for the application of the job they want to do. So that's quite an interesting map when you look at it as well, which I'm trying to simplify down. On the fun side, I've got hopefully my good mate Gary Pye coming around later in the week, and we are going to create our first bit of video content proper, which is going to be to do with showing people how they can alter a garage or an empty bit of space that they're not utilising. And you know what it's like with garages. Most garages people tend to, well, don't put cars in them these days, but they become the junkyard. That's certainly the case in my garage. So I'm going to convert my garage into something that we can use for maybe a little bit more of an interesting purpose. Say, if you wanted to put a gym in there, or if you wanted to put table tennis tables in there, or if you wanted somewhere nice to park your cars on without a dusty concrete floor, then I'm going to show you some ways that we can do that. Outside of that, I've got some good administrative stuff to do with. I'm working with the Innovate Fund competition to see if we can get some grant money from them. That's been quite a long and complex process, and that's got to be in tomorrow. If we go well with that, it's quite a large amount of money that we can get from that grant. Not quite sure how it's going to go. I don't think that the uptake and the pickup for this kind of thing is huge. So we're doing that this afternoon, and Gary and his our Cecil B. DeMille videos later in the week. Started working with Socially Grown. You've seen that. We're going to start doing some stuff on social this week, hopefully, and start building that buzz. 23 days to go. Not scary at all. Speak soon.